Good morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever it is your time zone across the world. It is Motivational Wisdom Straight Talk time. Today, I'm going to educate you so you can grow and lead. A fundamental principle I use in my management consultant services. We're going to start off with a scripture as I always do, and then I will add a quote that the Lord gave to me. Wrath is cruel and anger a torrent, but who is able to stand before jealousy? Now the quote that the Lord gave to me, the jealousy of a man or woman can never be trusted, for the fury is ultimate death. Just reflect on this for a moment. Now, jealousy has three references when we speak of jealousy. There is the jealousy of God, when God says you shall serve no other God than me, for I am a jealous God, which is found in Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 24. There is the jealousy of a man or woman towards sovereignty in marriage and an uncontrolled aspect of sharing the mate with another. That is in the Song of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 6. The Shulamite woman, she speaks of her beloved. And the jealousy of evil, intertwined with control to death, to manipulate a person or environment, which is taken from our context of Scripture in Proverbs 27, verse 4. Now, the latter of this jealousy is a root of envy and deception. The reality, this type of jealousy is visible and invisible in many forms. But at one point, the root is revealed with a magnifying glass. Therefore, the metaphor gives one standing before a judge of envy without hope. In the context of the scripture, there are 5 important things to remember in overcoming, avoiding, and taming a person or environment with jealousy. This starts first with evaluation, release, and moving forward to preserve human life with purpose. Take note, if a person's heart is true to change for the greater in truth, change will come in truth. Life lessons to remember. 1. Jealousy compared to wrath is death because the intentions pursues grave-like environments of darkness, avoiding light of truth. 2. Jealousy compared to anger is death with manipulation of the environment. With this image, if anger is like a stream of violent waters, then jealousy must be a reservoir with waters of death. 3. Jealousy is an imitator of the main target to bring a blindness to the seers for lack in oneself or competitiveness. In other words, you cannot be a part of this environment, but I will imitate everything you do to gain control or likeness. Jealousy at this level envies the person give, and the why or how can this person convey such character, not realizing that the gift is given is to help and to advance people. 4, jealousy of this type is a spirit of Satan, a perpetrator, and works through people to fight for unjust causes, to gain control of reality, to stop positive growth and development. Envy is present in the visible and invisible. 5, jealousy reveals the character of a person and limits one will go to control or deceive. It takes on a codependency mechanism of pleasure and fear in the environment. Think of it this way. The conception of this type of jealousy is harmful and deadly in the environment and people. The two defining words in describing this type of situation: playback and payback. Playback. It is the act of playing a mental recording again in order to hear or see something again with clarity. Payback. An act of revenge or retaliation. With this in mind, jealousy conception bridges jealousy deception. Jealousy deception bridges a positive negative perception, therefore dimming the ultimate fury of revenge or retaliation. The question is, what type? Can it be trusted? Absolutely not. It exceeds the measurable scale of 1 to 10. Let's look at an example of jealousy conception, deception, and perception from the 2 women who came before King Solomon to render a judgment of who should receive a child. That context is found in 1 Kings chapter 3, verse 16 through 27. The 2 women were in the same house and both gave birth to a male child. One of the women's child died from her lying on it during sleep. This woman, with jealousy and envy in her heart, takes the living child from the other mother when she was asleep and puts the dead child in the woman's bosom. She takes the living child as her own. So we have these 2 women standing before King Solomon to render a judgment who was the child's mother. At some point, King Solomon decides he would take a sword and divide the child in half to give half to each woman. What was the outcome? Well, there was a playback moment for King Solomon. The real mother begins to plead with King Solomon not to divide the child because she knew it would be death and give it to the other woman. On the other hand, the woman with jealousy in her heart says, this was a payback moment. Let him be neither mine nor yours, but divide him. Truth was revealed, so the king answered, give the first woman the living child, and by no means kill him. She is his mother. Reflect on this jealousy of envy and deception for a moment. At this level, you have either 2 choices: to accept the truth or succumb. This is what is called the grow up, overcome the fear, tame yourself, and tame the environment to move forward in positive growth. It is reality. You will never be able to please everyone. We may never know why people pursue evil over good, but it is the ability not to lose focus on individuality purpose to move forward in life, to make a positive impact, not die and live. You will experience opposition, hurt, and disappointment. However, the truth will set you free, and it will push you to pursue purpose in life. I leave this with you. We all have to experience this type of jealousy some point in life. How will you respond? It is my hope you will not become an agent or recipient. Ask for godly wisdom as King Solomon to discern right and wrong and overcome in victory to make the right choice. Stay calm and move forward. Take this life lesson that I have learned from a couple of decades and the biblical application to accept truth and move forward. Do not become a people pleaser, and do not become subject to evil, losing purpose in life that you die. In closing, what reality do you see? What will you choose to do? Which crossroad will you take? Shift up to get a clear view. You're going to have to shift up to see reality. Turn around, shift up. Turn around, shift up. Turn around and shift up. This is Lady Cynthia R. Kelly, tuning off with Motivational Wisdom Straight Talk series. I given to you from my heart what the Lord has given for you today. Don't be dismayed. Move forward into purpose and don't lose focus. Tune in next month for the Motivational Wisdom e-learning series. Be blessed and stay connected to Jesus.